I'm Hassan Adam. I am a director with IWA, the Independent Wealth Advisory Group. I'm a wealth planner and an entrepreneur.
What was the main motive for you to join the 2023 Africa cover trip?
What my main motivation was, I could sit back and just read on what Africa is like. But when you actually experience it, that's where the magic lies and the opportunities lie as well. And I saw this as an opportunity for me to really get a full understanding as a participant rather than an observer as to what the opportunity set looked like in Africa and how the markets compare to South Africa.
And would you say the trip met your expectations?
Definitely yes. I couldn't believe what I had experienced in terms of what I had seen. The way the people were in terms of the kindness, friendliness, but also coming from a low base, both regions, the opportunity that just literally I saw offhand. It was amazing to see and to really, as a South African, seeing where the opportunity to come from and as a participant in this region to take advantage of what's happening in these other regions in Africa.
And would you recommend someone submitting their application to attend the 2025 trip, and would you yourself attend again if given the opportunity?
Both a double yes. Yes, it's if you're looking at becoming I'd say very proficient in all things insurance in the African region and looking to really establish yourself in the South African market as someone who's au fait with the African region, then that's a definite yes. You should get involved. You should put your application through. And with that said, I'm definitely in for the next one.
And did you find any differences in the local Rwanda and Kenya insurance market compared to the South African?
Yes, there were differences. Specifically, I'll touch on something when I look at the way the insurance premiums work. We look at the penetration of insurance. We saw that it was at a very low percentage versus ours. And when you start reasoning through what the potential reasons for that are, some of those things come to the fore. And one of those are the fact that they work purely on annual premiums. They don't have the month-to-month thing. And it was quite interesting for us to discover that it's a unique thing for them. So us having the aspect of affordability, being able to afford insurances per month, makes the huge difference in the penetration as well. That was one big difference that I did pick up. There are many others, but that was one thing that stood out considerably.
And how were you received in the meetings across Kenya, no wonder?
The meetings, firstly, we were received by the let's call it the top management, which was really something, I think, amazing in the sense that they had so much time for us. Often you find that if you were in South Africa, it's very time constrained, but it felt like the hours just went and the clock meant nothing. And not in a negative way, because they were absorbing as much as we were. So we were hosted amazingly well. The kindness, openness, and friendliness was second to none. So it was once again eye-opening for me to experience that as a South African. Know that Africa as a rich world and a rich culture.
And based on your new understanding of the two markets, do you believe there's opportunity in the both Kenya and Rwanda?
Definitely. They are great opportunities. I spoke to the aspect of the annualized premium versus the month to month. They are looking at solutions to breach that. The coming from a low base once again, they have the connectivity is good from a phone perspective, but the smartphone penetration is still quite low. They have come now with programs and initiatives to basically digitize the whole nation, moving them to smartphones. And the idea behind that is to get everyone to go onto, let's call it the e world or the I world. With that, I seek opportunity. And companies or professionals within the South African region, I think it would be to their advantage to get behind that and start collaborating across border to see where the opportunity sets are and to actually get involved and to make a difference not only for your own country, for yourself, but for the region.
And was there a standout for you across the trip? Something that stood out?
Well, I think the big thing that I noticed coming into Rwanda specifically was how clean the city was. Kigali, it was amazing. I don't think I've seen a cleaner city than that. And to actually experience that was something unique. Further to that was the safety. Here in South Africa, you're always looking over your shoulder. I've never experienced that in one bit, in both Kenya and in Rwanda. No one interferes with you. They more want to help you or enable you. So that was a big standout for me from a personal perspective. Professionally, I noticed that specifically in Kenya, from a regulation perspective, the regulators concerned primarily about fit and proper, whether you are able to operate in the industry and whether you are licensed to operate in the industry. That's their primary function. The other part, when it comes to the advice, are you rendering the correct advice to the client? You giving them the correct product that fits their need and their requirements? That's not a concern of the regulator. That's where self-regulation actually comes into play. And it appears that it's part of the culture of that industry to follow doing right unto your client. So TCF is automatically built into that. And that was very refreshing to see. We could adopt something of similar nature within our industry. I think it would make compliance less onerous, but it will also give responsibility to the participants in there to take responsibility and to actually do right unto the client and not expect a watchdog let you do that.
And lastly, you're participating in a research white paper. I mean, what section or what segment did you choose and why?
Showed innovation. And a big part of that was innovation is akin to change. It's a constant. Always going to be there, and it's always going to be the thing that leads the way. In South Africa, I feel that at times regulation is trying to regulation the tail that's trying to wag the innovation dog. And that's counterintuitive. So why I chose innovation once again was to see how are things done from an innovation perspective in Kenya and Rwanda. And I can just maybe isolate that and say that things are done in such a very dynamic way. And in South Africa, I thought then that of those findings, we could essentially implement certain of those in our industry, but further to that, look at what we can implement in Rwanda and Kenya, and obviously unearth opportunity that could bring fruition or can bring fruits to the whole region.
Thank you, Hassan.